for airlines. He opened an office, as I mentioned, in Chania last August, employed 32 Chaniotes and Chaniotes, as it says in the note. He's looking to hire an additional number of software. I'll let him give the numbers in the coming weeks. And so the question to George is, why Chania?
Thank you, Vasilis, for this nice intro. Hello, everyone. Chania, good morning. Well, I was asked to describe my vision. And let me read this because it came very nicely in an email. Explain the drivers behind my decision to invest in Chania and also provide feedback from my experience so far. So I'm going to try to do this, not in the same order, but it's going to be a fun story. I hope you'll enjoy it. So first, thank you for inviting me. I'll try to stay with my microphone. Thank you for inviting me. I'm honored to be in the presence of the regional and local government representatives and Your Excellency. I'm very happy to be on the same panel with you. Your speech was extremely interesting, and I wish when I came to Chania I had seen an ad that told me invest here. I haven't seen one. And as you'll hear from my story, you will know that it's totally accidental that I started the business here. So, how did I come here? My wife and I have been visiting Chania for 7 and 8 years. My wife is right here. Khairallah, you can stand up, say hi. And we actually fell in love with the city, and we fell in love with the monastery of Chrysopipi. And we've been coming here every year. We spend Easters here, and one year we spend the summer. It was very hot, very pleasant, beautiful beaches. I love the mountains. And so we decided, okay, why not stay here? You know, thanks to the internet, you can be anywhere in the world. And anyway, my company is spread out between 2 continents and the airplane all the time. So I'm used to running the company with emails and conference calls and the Skype calls, and so why not be in Chania? So we came here. And you know, Chania is a very blessed city. They say you throw a stick in the ground and you get something like this. Right? You know this. You know this. So Vasilis introduced JR Technologies. I just want to say that we provide solutions. So we're like problem solvers. So we're an IT solution provider for airlines. The company was growing very fast when we came here, and I was thinking with the shareholders we have, because we had already presence in India, why not increase our presence in India? We had about 50 developers, so we said, okay, we'll add another 50, and we grow because we were having more business. And then I met Stelios Bonatos, where are you? Stand up, Stelios. Here's Stelios in the back. And Stelios said, why do you want to do it in India? Why not do it here? And I said, where here? He said, here in Chania. I said, really? You think I can do something here? So we started talking about it. We looked at some numbers and studied them. I thought that, well, it's going to cost me double to do business here than what I'm paying in India. And then I thought this: if I can demonstrate that the productivity in Greece is more than double of what I'm seeing in India, then it makes sense. So I spoke with my shareholders and they said, try it. So I came back to Stelios and said, okay, how do we do this? So, fine, let's start. He introduced me to a tax consultant, Yorgos Kartousakis. Say hi. He's right here. He introduced me to a very nice lawyer. Marina, are you here? She's in the back. Hi. Okay. He introduced me to bankers, Eurobank, right? very, very nice people. Where are they? Christos Hatsidakis, where are you? He didn't come. They didn't let him out. He's still working now. So he introduced me to Christos, and we started working. So Stelios said, what else do you need? I said, well, employees. So I'll tell you the part about the employees later. Okay. So I just want you to remember that all this happened in July, August 2015. This is when you started with capital controls and the ATM machine wouldn't work. Yes, it is right then. So you can imagine when at the Eurobank they saw an application to start a new business, they said, this guy must be absolutely nuts. I was probably the only application on that desk. It had to go to Athens and stay 3 weeks there for approval. So yes, uncertainty was very, very high at the time. So you would say the elephant in the room, right? It's very difficult to start a business in Greece. Well, yes, it is very difficult to start a business in Greece. Actually, if you don't have a sense of humor, it's like a nightmare to start a business in Greece. But what we forget when we talk about systems is the people who drive the systems. And honestly, I have never found more goodwill in any people such as I found in Chania. During the creation of GR technology, every legal obstacle, every procedural difficulty, whether it is taxes or corporate law or labor law or renting an office, suing in banking, every difficulty was overcome painlessly and legally because of the goodwill of the people of Chania. You only need a little patience, and it's a beautiful weather, so take your time. And believe me, this is not political pandemic. The hard work of the patience and the patience of our bankers, our lawyer, our tax consultant, who took the time to teach me what needed to be done within the law, and also to make things happen for me, and protect me from the absurdities of some of the procedures. So in some cases, if you just sign here, don't ask. So I want to say thank you while I'm here. I want to thank you to Marina and Christos and Agapios and Yorgos and Stelios. Thank you for helping me start this business. And because of them, doing business in Chania is actually very easy. Right? So don't be fooled. So now we are a legal entity, GR Technologies, and the Grigoris at the De Castelia was my head office. This is where I interviewed the first few employees, and we were sipping Fredos and nice kimos, and this is where I met Yanis Gias. Yanis, are you there? Stand up, Yanis. This is Yanis. So Yanis became the area manager for our Chania operations, and we are in the same place with Yanis. We interviewed a number of our software engineers. And we moved into a very small office in Akrotiri, this office, in late August 2015. And we had a small team of 3, and we were planning to hire 2 more in the following weeks. And I had a project in India that needed a quick delivery, and the area manager of my Bombay office said, we need 33 people and 4 months to deliver this. So I came to Yanis and I said, okay, can you do it? He said, okay, let's do it. So with 3 people and 2 on the way, he delivered the project on time, in budget, and more importantly, the quality of the work that came out of his office was light years ahead of what we were able to produce in India. So, okay, so when you see this is very encouraging, right? You say, okay, we open up the purse like a faucet, because you're going to be bleeding some money for the next few months. We open up the faucet let's do it. And we started to grow the software development center in Chania, and thanks to Vasilis, I go there begging, do you know anybody I can hire. And thanks to the Technical University of Crete, we found and hired another 18 software engineers, then another 5. We're now about 30 people in Chania. We had a recruitment drive a few months ago, and we recruited one Chaniotisa from the UK, so she came back home and she's working here, Chania. And another one from Heraklion, she came back home. So we are proud to say we have made 2 mothers very happy and look forward to make more mothers happier. So as you can imagine, we very quickly started to run out of space. In the small office we had Akrotiri, so another friend of yours, Sophia Eleftheriadou. Sophia, where are you? Hey, Sophia, this is where Sophia. She found us a 900 square meter building, not far from here, 3 floors, needs some renovation. So tonight, my team is moving from Akrotiri to the new office. One of the floors is ready, the others do not, but one of the floors is ready, so they're moving in. And in the coming weeks, we'll be finishing the other floors, and we'll do a big party and invite everybody here. Okay. And Ioana, where's Ioana? Ioana Papadaki, here's Ioana, right? She's a civil engineer working in the UK. And she's now back in Chania. She took up the job of coordinating the numerous Greek-speaking contractors. I don't speak Greek, and I'm not a good coordinator, so she made this happen. And now that we have a new space, we need 15 more software engineers and web developers this month. So if you know anybody, please, Yanis is here, I'm here, send us CVs, send them over, we want to meet them. And now we have room for them, it's air conditioned, the summer is going to be very, very cool for them as well. I also opened an office in Athens to handle sales and marketing, and we have now 5 people there, including Roger Gatt. Roger, this is Roger, stand up. He's our Vice President Commercial. Roger is an airline man. He is one of the few in our industry with a 360-degree view of the business, the airline business. So now you must be wondering, what is George doing? Like, what is talking about airlines and opening and hiring all these people? What does our technology actually do? Right? I will tell you. This is what we do. The thing you need to know is that the technology landscape within the airline industry is 40 years old. It still depends on teletype. How many people are old enough to remember telex? Okay, there you go. Okay, so it's still based on a similar technology. They communicate between systems and between networks. They use EDIFACT messaging, which is equivalent to a rotary phone in today's technology, right? And this allows hundreds of systems and applications to interact. And since everything over 40 years was built piecemeal, one piece at a time, we end up with an extremely complex environment. So we need to simplify it. And the thing is today, with the hundreds of millions of dollars that the airline invests in technology, no airline CEO can tell you how many customers he has or who they are. He knows how many passengers boarded, but not how many people. The systems that airlines depend on run in silos, very much like how academia is run, right? So it runs in silos. And frequently, each one of these silos is managed by a different third-party vendor. So in most cases, the airline does not own its own data. Real-time business intelligence is close to impossible. Anytime you need to change or enhance something, you have to wait a couple of years for the change to be in production. Airline distribution systems look like this. And what we want to do is make them look like this. So in the next few years, everything will change. How you buy your tickets, what you actually buy, is it a seat on a scheduled flight or a customizable travel experience? How you check in, how you customize your airport experience, how you stay informed during your trip at the airport, on board the aircraft, and upstream from these activities, how will the airline calculate and publish its prices, optimize its revenue, manage its accounting system. Everything will change. And with JR Technologies, where JR Technologies is, we are at the forefront of this transformation. We are in the business of exporting high-tech services. Our capital is the talent of the men and women who work for JR Technologies. And this is very, very important to understand. Today, at Chania, we look like this guy, a lone wolf. I'm hoping that we can all together do our share to change this picture and make JR Technologies the first of many IT companies that will do business in Chania. Because frankly, what is the most important resource? Really? No, it's not money. Well-educated, qualified people. This is the most important resource. So, what's wrong with this picture? So the one in the middle is Greece youth unemployment. That's the highest one, right? And the one on the next to it is Greek unemployment overall. So when you look at this picture, okay, first reaction, let's blame national policy, politicians, everybody else in the world. But I don't. Things are what they are. How they got here is a function of history. What is important to me is today. What can I do today? And today, high unemployment also means that it is statistically more likely that I will find good, highly qualified employees. And we have found them, and they are good, and they are qualified. I can bear witness to this. I testify firsthand, personal experience. And thanks to the goodwill of the people of Chania, JR Technologies has demonstrated that productivity in Greece is much higher than anyone could have expected, whether in Germany or Brussels. So when you hear them speak about Greek productivity, remember this. So knowing this, it is easy to start dreaming big. I look forward to a future where Chania becomes the technology and innovator center for both Europe and the Middle East. My customers, some of the largest airlines in the world, tell me they have between each one of them, between 800 and 1,500 offshore software developers, India and some of them China. So I say, why not give me some work? I'll do it here in Greece with 200 people, you don't need 1,500. And they say, do you have 200 people? Today not, but very soon I will. And we'll bring this business here. So yes, we can dream big. We can. And we can make this happen. And bring everybody here. Joanna's happy. She had to be the new building. Thank you very much, everybody. You've been a great audience.